They stole the FEMA money just like they stole it from a bank so they could give it to their illegal immigrants that they want to have vote for them this season.
This was a tragic hurricane. This was maybe the worst hurricane we've ever had. And he's got no money. And we said, what happened to all the money? They were given billions for this. He spent it on illegal migrants coming into the country, a big percentage of which are murderers.
So that was you-know-who spouting nonsense and lies about the federal response to Hurricane Helene. In response, the Charlotte Observer editorial board condemned Trump's rhetoric, saying it fractures the reeling community at a time it needs healing. Also, because of Trump's lies, FEMA had to create a whole new webpage to debunk the dangerous statements about the agency's work. Joining me now to sound off is my great panel, Maya Rupert, former campaign manager for Julian Castro and former senior campaign advisor for Elizabeth Warren, and former Illinois Congressman Joe Walsh, 2020 presidential candidate and director of The Social Contract. Joe is also a member of the Republicans for Harris Initiative. Maya, Joe, thank you both very much for coming to the Sunday Show. Maya, you're the newbie here. So your reaction to Donald Trump saying all that nonsense and lies and I can't curse. It's Sunday.
Curse.
Well, I don't think we need to curse. I think what we can say is that it's dangerous. And I think that's the most, that is the way we can condemn it the most. This is a community of people. People are dealing with displacement. They're dealing with shortages. This is a moment that a country should come together. And the Republican nominee for president is going out of his way to scare people. And he's lying. None of this is true. Right. It is easily, provably untrue.
Right.
But he's doing it because he thinks he can get a political gain from it.
And yet on that, Joe, isn't he doing it because he feels he's getting a political gain from it?
Oh, absolutely. Look, I won't curse either. He's an utterly, he's an utterly horrible human being. We know that. He lies as he breathes. Jonathan, the danger is the lie is picked up by everyone on the right. The vast majority of right-wing voices have echoed the lie. And the danger, to what Maya said, the danger is the millions of Americans who believe this now.
Mm-hmm. You know what? I'm going to switch gears. I was going to play something else. I want to play this sound from Lara Trump yesterday, because this is also dangerous. Listen to what she had to say at that rally yesterday in Butler, Pennsylvania.
This is no longer a fight between Republican versus Democrat, left versus right. It is good versus evil. And good is going to win this battle, ladies and gentlemen.
Maya, good versus evil?
Right. So I remember, I'm old enough to remember when we said we were going to tone down the rhetoric of this race. And the reason that was being cited by Republicans was that they said that by repeatedly saying that Donald Trump represents a threat to democracy, we were raising the stakes too high. Donald Trump represents a threat to democracy, full stop. That's not a dangerous thing to say. It's a dangerous thing for him to be doing. But for this to become rhetoric, that we're hearing Republicans make comments about good versus evil, that is somehow, that is not a cooling of the temperature. That is, there is one side you can be on if it's good versus evil.
Right, and also the fact that she before that she says this is no longer a fight between Republicans and Democrats, left versus right.
Let's cut to the chase. The goal here is violence. Trump also said yesterday, Jonathan, that my political opponents are trying to kill me. Right. Yep. He painted that with the goal here is violence. He's inciting his supporters. You don't call someone evil unless you're telling your supporters to go after them. Mm-hmm. This is dangerous.
Absolutely dangerous. Switch gears before we go to break. Here is Governor Tim Walz, the Democratic vice presidential nominee. He was asked about misstatements and misspeaking, which compared to what Donald Trump does on the daily, I just can't get worked up about this. But listen to what Governor Walz had to say.
I will own up when I misspeak. I will own up when I make a mistake. Let's be very clear. On that debate stage the other night, I asked one very simple question, and Senator Vance would not acknowledge that Donald Trump lost the 2020 election. I think they're probably far more concerned with that than my wife and I used IUI to have our child, and that Donald Trump would restrict that. So I think folks know who I am. My constituents here in Minnesota have elected me 8 times.
Okay, Maya, that's my first time seeing that clip. Ooh, that's a masterclass in a beatdown.
Absolutely. That was fantastic. It was well done, because I think what he's pointing out is what we've seen over and over again in this race. When somebody misspeaks, those are gaffes. That's what you're used to hearing, and sort of having to get explained away on a debate stage. The moments that we have been most troubled, I think, in this race are comments by Trump and Vance that are not them misspeaking. It is them, maybe inadvertently, but them definitely revealing their genuine ethos. And that is what has been so concerning to people. When Walz was on that stage, he was trying to say, this is when I misspoke. Vance was trying to explain away genuine beliefs he still holds.
None of this matters. Trump again yesterday lied about the upcoming election. Nothing Tim Walz says should come close to that.